If you've been thinking about moving up or downsizing, this buyer's market may be actually one of the better times to do it. Um, as you know, you may have to give someone a deal to get your home sold, but here's the part that most people miss. You're also going to be a buyer in the same market that you're selling in. So, how do these July numbers sound to you if you're thinking like a buyer? The median sales price was down again about 1.25 to 1.6%. It was at $395,000. DFW was number 3 in price decreases in the top 50 largest markets. And 1 in 5 homes listed had a price reduction of the list price. The average days on market is 48 days, which is up to 48 days. Even with rates in the mid sixes, closings were up about 17.3% in July. So someone is selling and someone is buying. So what do they know that you don't know? So let's talk about why it's a good opportunity to move up right now. If you're selling one home and buying another in the same market, a softer market can really be actually working in your favor, especially if the home you're buying costs more than the one you're selling. The key concept is the spread between what you're selling and what you're buying. So let's suppose that you were selling a $400,000 home and you were buying a $600,000 home. And let's also imagine that both homes were going to be reduced in price by about 5% below what it would be in a stronger seller's market. So under that scenario, you give up $20,000 on the $400,000 sale, but you get $30,000 on the $600,000 sale, and that's a net advantage of about $10,000 just from the price spread. Now, when you're downsizing, you're probably buying a less expensive home. So how does a softer market work in your favor if you're downsizing? Well, if you're paying cash, of course, the lower price reduces the cash amount that you have to come up with to purchase a home. And you also have less cash tied up in the replacement property. If you're financing, potential lower down payment required in dollars for the same percentage down would be something that you'd be looking at. Now, there are other advantages that are shared by both move up and downsize buyers in a market like this. So you have more opportunity to negotiate seller concessions, repairs, or closing costs and things like that. And you have a potentially lower starting basis for property taxes and other homeowner expenses that might lower your monthly payment. And of course, there would be a lower amount financed, which means you would be paying less interest expense over time and you would have a lower monthly payment. If rates decline later, you may be able to refinance, but the favorable purchase price is already locked in. Now, here's a little bit of a pro tip for this market. Whether you're moving up or downsizing, be sure to look at buying new construction as one of your options. Builders are offering lower prices, buying down interest rates, or helping with closing costs, and these are financial tools that individual home sellers just don't have access to. Now, once again, you may have to give somebody a deal when you sell, but remember, you turn around and become a buyer in the very same market. And here's the part that I really want you to think about. If rates come down, you may be able to refinance your interest rate, but you can't go back and renegotiate the price that you paid for the house. And in today's buyer's market, you may have a much better opportunity to negotiate that price. So if you want to see advantages, what advantages you might gain in this current market by moving up or downsizing, just contact me. I'd be happy to help you find out if it's the right thing for you to do.